Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Sequester Season 3. Of course, we have the beautiful Deb with us, as always. How are you doing, Deb?
Fabulous.
And, of course, we have the amazing Beth with us as well.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Doing really well.
Still rocking the Christmas tree behind you, I see.
Yep, and I'm too lazy to bring it down.
I sadly just took mine down, maybe.
Oh, come on. You can put that thing in a trash bag and throw it in the closet.
Wait, me or Beth?
Both.
No. I have a
Mine goes
very
in the box and then
Christmas
goes downstairs into the basement.
I have a very meticulous, ordered way of taking down the tree and everything like that. It's a whole system.
I have the biggest spider on the wall. Oh my god! Get away!
Kill it.
I'm about to
Burn the house down.
Oh my god! I'm sorry.
All right.
Burn
Well,
the damn house down.
Well, speaking of killing and squashing chances and everything like that, unfortunately, we have the lovely Cameron with us to talk all things about her second elimination this season. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in, and we'll get the ball rolling right away. So, of course, now we have Cameron here. Hello, Cameron.
Yeah, Dad. Tyler.
Tell your dad I said I love it. Cameron, how are you doing? I'm so glad to see you talking to you once again here.
Hey, you guys I missed you guys, I want to come back.
Right.
Hey, I'm okay. Last night was definitely emotional a little bit. There was a moment where, my little cousin Christina cried, and I was like, I love you so much. You're so sweet. And so I had a little bit of that feeling of just man, that sucks. But I mean, I've had 2 months to know that this was happening, and seeing it develop also in the game, and me being just, I'm everybody get Erica out, and then she takes me out. I keep saying it's poetic justice. It had to be her. So that's how I feel right now. And
you got
I can do it.
Here's the thing. You were a date night. You were like the Godfather. You thought you were completely untouchable. Don't you know?
Well, no, here's the thing is I really knew I was Erica's going out. She's probably going to pick me, but it needs to happen. And I'm ready. Let's do it. Yeah. Right. So.
I mean, at least you're not one of these players that's super afraid to go in. Like you said, you were it was bound to happen. It's the matchup that everybody has been waiting to happen, right? Yeah. And both you guys are experienced in the battle matches at this point. So It really just came down to who was going to win this one. And unfortunately for you, it was Erica that pulled out the victory. I know you said earlier with me that you have a couple things that you wanted to say about this episode. So the floor is yours to get it started.
Oh, now I'm what was I going to say? No, I mean, actually, I don't know. I can't really remember exactly what it is, so let's just talk about it.
Sure, yeah.
Really do that. I'm I was late. I don't know. I'm flustered.
No, seriously, don't worry about it. So I guess we can start with, which of the dates did you find that went really well for you? Which ones were you, of course, that cringy one with Erica at the end, I think is what everybody was waiting for in the episode. But where do you think it all went wrong?
I mean, so I'm even going to bring this back to Kingdom, and that's where my attitude shifted completely when I was the queen. So then I win the how back, and I'm I'm even more awesome. So imagine if I would have beaten Erica, I wouldn't be able to fit in the screen, how big my head was. So, so yeah, I don't know. With the dates specifically, I loved date night. I was so excited. But when J-Lo came back and not Thomas, I was okay, we got some work to do. We no longer have the numbers. This is not good. So I really did try and bring Jess in. Like I've said before, I don't know. I guess I did. I was confrontational to her, but in my eyes, it wasn't I didn't like her or anything. So I just don't think she really liked me, which is fine. People obviously love me or hate me. So yeah, I really wanted to bring Jess in. I thought she was the only one that really made sense to bring into our alliance. And I thought it was so weird too, because just watching them all back, like she's like, hey Dustin, like will you bring me? Hey Zach, will you bring me in? And then with me, she's like, no.
Yeah.
And then she kind of felt like a peon, like you were throwing her breadcrumbs, and she's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
want any of that.
I was like, come with us, because I was all about numbers in this game, and I think that was my downfall too, because I'm a huge Survivor fan, and I came in with the mindset of like, okay, it's all about numbers, like, so I was in a way I was kind of playing Survivor. But I wasn't playing Survivor. I was playing Sequester. So I didn't think enough about like how important battle matches were, how important it was to like not be so freaking blunt with everybody. Because I think even in the interview that I had with you, Tyler, like I was like, I don't want to lie, but there's a difference between not lying and being super blunt with people. So now I
Like
say
withholding some of your thoughts might be good.
Yeah.
like maybe just.
And I can kind of point to a specific example where this kind of applies. I wrote down that you said you didn't trust us, and which is totally fine, totally valid. But you told him
Actually,
you wanted Jess in the alliance instead, and you said to her, "You can be our fifth instead of Dustin." And that by saying like you can be our fifth, that almost to her makes it seem like she's like bottom of the totem pole.
Exactly.
So because I was super shocked when because Dustin was at our watch party, right? And so to Jess, I was like, I don't trust Dustin. And I'm like,
that's awkward. Crickets everywhere.
No, but so like I was trying to like think of where that was coming from, and I like rewatched the episode again today and rewatched that part specifically. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think what I told her I was like, Dustin, he's like kind of sketchy. So I think I was trying to tell her like we were in a 5-person alliance, right? We lost Thomas, I look weird. Okay, we lost Thomas, and so we need to fill that spot, right? But I think I was kind of trying to be like, hey, and like Dustin's in it, but like I don't really trust him. So like if you want to come in, like I think the play was like come into the 4th spot.
Okay.
Which I think I wasn't being truthful. I think didn't really believe that. I just wanted to like buy her over or something,
I think what would have maybe strengthened that case is if you were planning to actually vote for Dustin in that round, to be like, come be a number with us to get Dustin out because he's being shady, versus like, we don't really trust him. So eventually down the road, we're going to get rid of him, but then you can slither in, because it doesn't give like that immediate exchange of like, we're getting him out and we want to bring you into the numbers now. So I don't know, like,
her internet froze. She told me that her internet was a little spotty tonight.
Pretend you don't even notice it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like you said, you were playing Survivor. The thing is, you said you were like kind of playing Survivor, but with Sequester, sometimes an alliance can't help you because, round to round, you're forced to work with different people, depending upon what the, whatever the topic is. So
that's exactly right. And so, I saw that once Thomas left, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
And
shutting people out, and
good luck out there, guys.
You gotta be friendly with everybody and bite your tongue with everybody, and
it's almost like you have to adopt the voting blocks kind of thing that's in modern day Survivor. The idea that like I know
I like that.
Like I don't really get along with you, but we need each other for just this round, and then we can assess how it goes.
Right
from there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
From round to round.
Yeah, and just staying like fluid with people in this game. So speaking of that, like you and Tori were pretty tight knit in the entire game. But one thing that you guys really couldn't agree with was your stance on Jayla, whether or not to cut her or bring her far. Of course, we saw Tori being on the side of let's keep her around, but you really came down on we got to get her out. She's a big threat. Like, what was it about Jayla that you were kind of honing in on to try and take her out?
Yeah. Okay, so I will say, like, I love Jayla. We're super close. We got really close in LA. Okay, but so I called her a wild card in my confessional. I felt that same way about Kevin. I kind of felt that same way about Drew, but like I just couldn't predict what he was going to do. So those were my wild cards. And so in round 2, it's not it didn't get on film, or I don't know what happened, but there's a point where Jayla's like, you know what, we should sacrifice one of our reds so that they can put one person in our alliance who has a red jersey on. So we'll vote them out, and then they can put up 2 guys from the guys alliance. And I was like,
yeah, like that. Yeah. I mean, anything to kind of say, like, you know, I'm willing to cut you is basically like the underlying like thing of like what she's saying is like, you're expendable to me. So how do you trust her after that point?
Yeah. So that was the biggest, I mean, and it wasn't in the episode. So like, there's just so many things that are intertwined. And then when she was like sleeping all the time, I was like,
well, that's
yeah.
So it just made me mad.
Why did the 5-person alliance last episode, so when Thomas went home, decide to go after Jayla instead of Erica? Because I felt like Erica all of a sudden, during the possession week.
Last round.
Yeah.
You know, I can't really say exactly. I think it might have been, I was trying to figure that out too. Maybe because she just came back from a battle. So, I mean, we had plenty of other people that we wanted to get out, obviously at 4. Yeah. And then also I had her name. So maybe that factored into.
Sure.
I think a lot of it was you thinking that she was coming for you.
Huh?
I think a lot of it was you thinking that she was coming for you. Because that was a big part of it. You know, you were really freaking out that she's coming for me. She's coming for me. I know it. I feel it.
Yeah. But she was, I mean, at that point I felt like she was pretty powerless, but then guys, when she took me out, I mean, I was like, whoever wins, this is huge for their resume. So respect, right? And so when she took me out, I go into the jury house. I'm like, I'm rooting for Erica. I literally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nobody can argue at this point that she's played a hell of a game. So, and I hate that like you're getting some hate online because of course, like we see in the confessionals, you're pretty honest about your thoughts, like as it goes and stuff like that. But I don't think that some of the hate is like deserved really, because you don't take it personal or you don't make it personal is what I'm trying to say. Like it's all within the confines of the game. And I think that, like I said in the last interview with you, please don't be too hard on yourself, because of course, like I was like rooting for you like this entire season. I think you played a really great, impressive game, and you should be proud of the game that you played.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a moment last night where I was like, you know, thinking, damn, maybe I do kind of suck, but like, I don't know.
No.
I had my hand over everything, and so I'm proud of that. I didn't do it. I made mistakes, like I said, but I'm still proud of what I did. And
but you played the game. You know, you were fully immersed within the game.
Right. And that's more than can be said about a lot of people this season.
Yeah.
So.
And you were so entertaining. Like we never knew what you were going to do or say or whatever. And that's what I like watching at the end of the day. Like, even if I don't agree with the moves or like how you come across or anything like that, I'm like, oh, I'm loving this moment, because I'm like hating this moment so much, or I'm like, yes, Cameron, go. So like I have those two extremes almost the entire season.
Yeah. Well, like, and so I've never done anything like this before.
Yeah.
In my mind, confessionals are the time where you spill. Like you're like, what are you actually thinking? What's and yeah, I have heart, I have passion. So everything for me is taken like to the next level. So if people want to hate on that, okay.
Yeah.
You were genuine. You were genuine the entire time. That's I think the key to being on any kind of reality show in general is if you're genuine in who you are, then like you're going to go farther. And you made it to jury, you fought back, you did all these different things. So like definitely be proud of the game that you played and know that you represented yourself well, and like know that there are things that everybody takes away from these games that they can learn to better themselves with. So I wouldn't sweat the haters at all.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'll tell you what, having that battle back moment, just like with my family and everything, that was everything.
That's amazing.
It was worth all of the crap that people want to say.
It was awesome.
So,
I loved that video. I watched it like 5 times.
I know. I keep replaying and watching people's different reactions. Yeah.
I just think like for every one like egg on Twitter, you have like 10 people that were rooting for you. So, you know, haters, like whatever. Like if you don't have haters, like you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
So with that, I think we'll say adios to you for now, Cameron. I know you're a big Survivor fan, so we would love to have you on as a guest. Oh, hi. We'd love to have you on as a guest for Survivor 40. Maybe to talk about Survivor and everything too. Since you and Tori are really big Survivor fans and trying to get on that show too. But yeah, right. That was so cringy.
I was like, girl, what are you doing, Tori? Stop.
No. I didn't believe that for a second.
And then they're like, time. And I was like, all right, see ya. Like,
great.
Speaking of Survivor 40, who were you rooting for in Survivor 40 before you go? Because I'm like nerding out so hard about it right now.
Great. Let's see. Wendell.
Good choice.
Good pick.
Team Wendell.
Yes, I love Wendell. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna stay there for now.
Okay, love that. Yeah, great pick. I have him going far in my little thing that I have.
I loved his season. Yeah. Oh, and I love Nick.
Nick?
Yeah.
I have Wendell and Nick working together. I think Wendell and Nick will work together and be like the Dominic and Wendell of Ghost Island.
I will
too.
Good theory.
Yeah.
All right,
they
Cameron.
will, because they know each other from the events, and
that's true.
You know, they hang out. That's the thing. You got to know people that go to events and who hangs out, and they definitely.
Gonna be nuts.
There you go. Well, you're welcome to come back anytime. I'm sure we'll be chatting about Survivor. So I'll talk to you very, very soon. But again, great game. Thank you for coming on the show again, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Okay.
Bye, Cameron.
Take care. Bye. All right, guys, there you have it, our interview with Cameron. Very sad to see her go, but I understand how the events got to her being eliminated. I still think she played an amazing game. Very proud of her. And you know, to be frank, like we've had quite a few people playing pretty docile, more quiet games this season. So in that regard, I really respect how strong of a game she played. And how I will always be rooting for the strong, independent woman. So 2 thumbs up for me, and I think same goes for. I don't want to speak for you guys, but I'm sure you guys feel the same way about her.
No, can we talk about Jayla a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I kind of think that her confusion of the events for the round before, thinking that it was Erica's fault that she got voted. I think that helped shielded her from being a target, you know, because she just won her way back, which makes her a bigger target. But I kind of think that it kind of made it easier to put the target on Erica, and the fact that she had such a late date with Erica. And then at that point, they both came to the realization that she was confused and about the date night, not the date night, about the round before.
Possession.
Yeah, the possession. Yeah, that she was confused about that. And then Erica kind of understood why she picked her. And then at that point, when Erica got voted out, she kind of didn't have any hard feelings against Jayla. So Jayla did a really good job with that, making her not feel bad about picking her. So then, so that was just my thoughts on that.
Yeah. The only thing about that conversation with Jayla and Erica was I'm totally fine. So I kind of made fun of her a little bit today on Facebook where I said I did the counselor meme. But what I was trying to be, somebody in the comments of that made a really good point, which I completely agree with. I have no qualms actually about her voting for Erica and sticking by that. Like, no, I'm going to do that because she was so late in the dates. It would have looked really like sketch if she would have put a bigger target on herself had she not followed through with what she had been saying she was going to do to all the other dates. But I do think that she could have handled it in terms of jury management a little better. Because I don't know I know that there might not be any hard feelings from Erica, but I don't know if Erica would vote for Jayla to win if she gets to the finals now. So there's a part of me that's kind of like, I wish that she had handled it like, oh my gosh, my mistake. I want you to know that I've already promised my vote to vote for you. And this isn't a personal thing. And I'm going to take ownership of this right now. And if you survive this round, or if you survive the battle back, like, I hope that we can move forward together. Like, and that might have angered her as well, but you're still saying the same thing without being like, go prove that you aren't supposed to be here, kind of thing. Like, that was kind of just like a really weird way to not take ownership of your mistake at that moment. That was the only thing I really was like, ooh.
Yeah, certainly. And I think like, I feel like this type of twist, like, really does not bode well for somebody like Erica, who is a big target. Like, I feel like it's easy for everybody to come together, and that's what actually happened. Right. Literally everybody, Hunter included, voted for Erica. Were you guys surprised?
Yes. He was the only one that didn't.
He was the only one who did it.
Oh, I thought
he did not stand up.
He went like this and then just sat back. He didn't actually stand up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, that changes my perspective a little bit about Hunter. I still don't like the kid, but
so this is the second battle match for Erica that she successfully won. And what does this mean for, the next round? Does that make people a little leery to want to take her out? Because
not only that, but she also
may take you out.
LOS as well.
Yeah, so she should have
vagina LOS.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, I have to move.
I watched you guys' episode last week, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is what happens when I'm not around to control everything."
There's not a babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, of course, we heard Cameron say, we took a break from Jayla because she just came back from the battle match in this round. So, maybe we could see this happening for Erica in the next round. But I don't know. I feel like her target is just so massive. I feel like it's hard to fly under the radar, especially after coming back again. I don't know. And taking out a huge threat like Cameron as well. It's one thing to take out. Who does she compete against in the battle match?
It was Thomas. Was it Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to take out Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. You're okay, whatever. But to take out Cameron, who, in my opinion, was like a much bigger of a threat, much harder to beat in a battle match. I don't know. It's really hard. I feel like she's on like the Jamie Lee trajectory from like the Black Hat.
Right. So how do you feel if you're one of the big targets? Are you going to try and take her out and think, well, if I do that, she's going to come for me for the battle match and she's going to take me out?
I
say keep her until like the final four.
Cut her at final four. Don't bring her to the final two. And I mean, seriously, it baffles me. There's a part of me that says, I don't know why you would waste a vote getting rid of Zach, but at the same time, I'm like, why would you he could be such a good meat shield like in terms of like a floater shield. I don't even want to say meat shield.
Oh yeah.
A lean meat shield.
It's a goat. It's a goat.
Question about
goat with a vote.
It's been so long. Like, does he actually have the LOS or not?
Yes.
Yes.
He does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Shame on these players for not flushing this.
Well, and Erica did bring up I love that Erica said I could have flushed the LOS, but in case he didn't have it, then I didn't really want to face him. I really wanted to go against Cameron, which I'm like, I'm totally here for that raising.
Yeah.
Shame on Jayla for not flushing it last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because she knew that he did have it indeed.
And who was the week before that got voted out and didn't flush it? Well, there was two. There were Ty and Kristen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So shame on them too.
Yeah.
It was announced to the group.
Yeah, I mean, like they're allowing this, quite frankly, bad and like dull gameplay to continue, and it's a disservice to the game, in my opinion. Because I wonder if it's like a thing like hidden immunity idols in Survivor, where like production only wants like a certain amount in rotation at one time. Mm-hmm. So this could be delaying like other LOSs from really getting out there.
And it's like, if you don't take it out, you don't have a chance to get it yourself.
Yeah. I need this next week to have a super LOS, which will deactivate all other LOSs and have someone play it and just be like, Zach, you no longer have an LOS.
I would love that. And I think that it needs that. Because I swear we have about like 5 people playing really boring, bad games in my opinion. And the only people I'm really rooting for at this point are Tori and Erica, because they're the only two that are really playing like super hard, super in front. And I think the only two that can really go to the end and say, look, I actually did shit.
I would throw out, just because I think that
don't even say Hunter, please don't.
No, I'm
okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean it like that, Hunter. I'm sorry. I meant Jess. I think Jess could also be interesting. She's playing she's playing a very subliminal game that nobody is like catching on to, but she's also really been too quiet for my liking the past, especially the past episode.
I'm not seeing anything. Like I see no.
The other players respect Jess is my question.
Does who?
Do the other players respect Jess?
Well, that's, I think, the problem is she, nobody knew the moves that she made in the first couple of weeks of, you know, like basically getting Jay West to get himself out, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like that was really all her, and she's done a really good job. And then in the Kingdom, she was able to get everybody to do what she wants. She can pretty much, and she has a really good way of being like, I'm going to do what you want and kind of thing, and just play like this like innocent game up and come off as very genuine, but also just be like, I'm not doing that at all, which is great. I just want her to utilize.
Ooh, she is frozen like a Madonna song.
Yeah, didn't she say it was snowing there?
Yeah.
In the snow?
So she might literally be frozen.
Yes.
Am I back?
Okay, you're back. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
I like how I can hear you guys the entire time when I'm frozen. So I'm like, it is snowing outside. No,
yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, basically, I feel like she has the potential to do really well. I just need her to make like a big overt move that everybody can see that she got a little bit of blood on her hands and survived. Because I still think if she made a big move, nobody would come after her still.
Or take charge, take charge,
exactly.
Of a round.
Yeah.
But it's also been hard
to be.
Oh, sorry.
Passive. She seems to be like very passive right now, and just tell me who to vote for, and
Right.
Well, she also was on the wrong side of the numbers the past couple of weeks. Now that there's not a majority alliance, I want her to come and take the leadership role.
Yeah. And now that Cameron's gone, Jayla's vote, it was certainly like up for sale this week in the episode. Maybe we could see Jessica come into power. We still have a lot of game left to be played, and I feel like right around this time is when Kim really turned it on and really started playing like really strong. So who knows? Like maybe we still could see some really good gameplay in Jessica. So I got to say though, because I wasn't here last week. I really don't like Hunter. And I have no problem saying that because I will give him shit like if and when he does get eliminated. He is the Tony Vlachos, like, and that's kind of a bad example because he won Survivor, but Tony only won Survivor because Trish cleaned up all of his mess. Hunter is the Tony.
Like Erica?
Yeah, exactly. It's the bad kind of sloppy, and I've said this many times on these shows. This is the type of player I would want to get out right away because he's totally emotional, doesn't listen to reason or strategy. It's like if somebody hurts his feelings, like that's it. He's gonna run around everywhere like a child. And I think his age is really showing in this show. And it's not the good kind of crazy that I like to watch.
My biggest problem with him is, totally. My biggest problem with him is, especially in the diary room, he just comes off as so fake to me. Like he's really trying to be like a housewife and just like come in here and if we're gonna do this, then blah 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 blah. Like I'm just like, just be yourself, please. I would so like you better if you weren't trying to put on a reality show character for me.
Yes.
Tyler, since you were not here last week, what were your thoughts on the vagina LOS?
It was very awkward. I just hope that somebody like cleaned it off before putting it back out into the wild. I don't know. I just props for her for fitting that up there, I guess. Because she was wearing leggings, right?
That's what I said. I said she was wearing yoga pants.
So was this like literally coming out of her vagina? Like, if so, God bless. Practice those Kegels, I guess.
That's a baby's head coming out of there.
I mean, if she's in the final two and people aren't respecting her, she can say, "I literally hid an LOS so far up my vag because I didn't have anywhere else to hide it, and you bitches still couldn't take me out." So, I mean, what have you done, Zach?
Seriously, if someone said that in the final two,
I'm voting for
I
it.
have to vote for them because they had an LOS in their vagina.
I mean, God bless. That's all I have to say about it.
Did you make? I made this note.
So I want to talk about the actual twist this week because this is one of my favorite ones. I'm glad they did bring it back this season, the whole date night twist, because I feel like I have like a Tyler Lyons guidebook on how to succeed in this twist. Okay, are you guys ready for it?
Yes, we are.
For anybody that wants to know how to not get voted out this round. The first like two dates that you have, just use those as points to really solidify an alliance with that person. Don't say like a final four, don't say a final five, just say like you and I are good to the end. That is one-on-one time that you have with this person that you probably won't have the rest of the game because everything's so quick and there's so many people running around like crazy, yada, yada, yada. Just really cater to that alliance, that relationship, really groom it. Don't say like, all right, we're going to vote this person out, this person. Let them suggest like who they want to vote out and just say yes to it, because the plan isn't going to come together until like the last person that you talk to. Really, you have to know that like whatever you say to this person will be totally outdated by the time their last date happens. So it really doesn't matter. So you only had 3 minutes. Like really use that time wisely and really set yourself up for after this. Really only start talking about the vote with that last person that you're with, because all of that information is going to be outdated. So what you can at least do, you're the last person that I'm talking to, who knows like what everybody else has been saying with their one-on-ones. How about you and I come together? This is why I really liked Hunter and Erica's idea to really just throw their votes on at this twist. Really. I just wish that, I don't know, Erica's just in like an impossible position, but I liked the idea of it. I liked the idea of, you and I come together. Let's just throw away our votes. Like we are the only constant that we have together. The last thing going in before this vote, let's go and united about this. That's where I stand on it. I feel like too many plans are made too early, and then it's just a game of telephone that's impossible to really keep track of or maintain.
I think the key to date night, I said this on Twitter, I'll say it again, more than any other round, you need to shut your mouth and open your ears.
Yes, let your date talk.
Let them be the one that talk. You do it in real life. Well, you should do it in real life, especially if it's a first date. People love to talk about themselves. People want to get in that situation. And oftentimes people are not in a game situation like this, are not comfortable talking one-on-one.
Yeah.
You're better in a group situation.
Yeah.
You might be able to read more information, especially if you're a good, emotional, intelligent, like people reading person. So my suggestion is kind of similar. I don't necessarily say like, don't solidify the vote until like the last round. I think once you get about midway through, you're going to see themes. And you're probably going to come across people that you want to tell that plan to. You don't know who you're going to have in what order. So it's important that you make sure that you have a solid plan with the people you are closest with. But maybe with the people that you're trying to bring in, like let them do a little bit more talking.
And Kim did this masterfully last season. Exactly. I feel like she really held court. Like she was like the mafia boss and she was having people come to her with information. The air was very sexy about like how she really put herself in the driver's seat of every conversation with that person. And you're right, Beth, like less is more. My dad tells me like whenever you're talking to like a salesperson, the less you say, the more they scramble and then like overcompensate by like talking a lot and therefore giving you more information. And
that is so funny because I'm a fundraiser, so it's it's very similar to sales. And like we are literally trained to be like, I'm going to ask you for money, so I'll be like, Tyler, I'd love for you to consider a gift of $2,500 this year.
And then I don't say anything. And then you're like, oh, I mean, maybe just like 2000.
Literally, take a sip of water is what they tell us to do.
Yeah.
Stop yourself from talking. You've made the ask. I'm going to do this.
So is this how I have to raise money for Reality Rally? By the way, go to Reality Rally and click on my picture and please donate.
Do it.
Yes, please donate to Deb. It's for a good cause too. That's a really good plug. I like that.
Please donate to my Reality Rally.
But yeah, I mean, like when my dad and I went to a car dealership one time, and before we got out of the car, he said, "Don't talk. Like, let them come up to you, let them squirm," and it worked. You know, like they came up to us, they said like a price, and Dad just kind of like, you know, like he was giving like body language, like I don't know about this, and that's when they really start to.
Oh yeah, turn it on.
Show you the world. And that's what you want in this game, is for other players to sell you the world, to give you those options on a silver platter. So that's my opinion on date night. Really excited to see this twist back. So thank you, Audrey, for bringing back that. Do you guys have any more thoughts about this episode as a whole, or where do you guys think we're going next from here? Have they announced the twist for next week yet?
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
I know there's been some really good twists this year, and I like that there's some throwbacks to some old favorites like this one, and that there are some new ones as well.
Yeah.
And I'm all on Team Erica now.
Go Erica.
How can you not at this point, right?
You're not watching the show if you aren't at least rooting for her as one of the people that you're rooting for. Like,
yes.
I'm Team America or Team Tori at this point. Everybody else, it's okay. They're all right. I don't know. I think I would have done better, but what do I know? What do I know? I don't know anything about anything. Right? Exactly. So with that being said, I think we can go ahead and wrap up the show. We have some exciting coverage coming next week to start talking about Survivor Season 40. So on Tuesday the 14th, we are going to be talking about the women of Survivor 40, their legacies as winners. And we wanted to do women first because women are the future of the world, and they are the future leaders of the world, hopefully. And
our next president's going to be a woman.
Absolutely. I am going to a Elizabeth Warren rally in New York tomorrow.
Oh, are you really? That's exciting.
Yeah. Julian Castro just said that he's going to be there too. So I will hopefully get my second picture with Elizabeth Warren, not to be political. Yeah, we're going to start with the women because honestly, frankly, I'm more excited to talk about them than to talk about Tony Vlachos again.
Speaking of, have you seen Eliza Orleans in
Yes, I took a picture of her at the first rally. I tweeted it at her, and she retweeted it because
she's in one of the videos.
Yeah, she's a big voice for this election. So if anybody needs any Survivor players that are also political, definitely give her a follow on Twitter. She's very well informed, very intelligent woman. And then Thursday the 16th, we're going to be talking about the men of Survivor Season 40 and their legacies as winners. I know, Beth, you said that you've been watching some of the older seasons. I definitely want to watch a few videos to really catch up as well and just refresh my memory about how amazing this opportunity of a season is. Like my mind is still like totally blown. So I can't wait for that as well. And of course, you can follow Deb on Twitter at MyNextLifeDebbie, and you can follow I'm having a brain fart. You can follow sorry, I just read my calendar and I saw that I have something on Saturday that I did not think about until just now. Story of photography.
And her name is just like right there.
I know. I'm like my brain. And now I'm like all like red faced because I'm like embarrassed. I'm so sorry. You can follow the one and only Beth at Augusta Wind 11. And follow her on Twitch as well.
Yes, please stop.
There you go. And you can follow me on Twitter at @TLions. Tweet me all your thoughts about Sequester, about how I'm wrong about literally everything that I say on here. Totally fine. I get it. Brent Walgemont, I'm talking to you.
But the one thing he's right at is wedding photography. So.
Thank you. If you need a wedding photographer, scratchstudios.co. And want to give our thanks to Allison for letting us do this show tonight. She's going through some stuff right now, so I just want to give all my love and thanks for her for everything that she does. We love and appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you on this show once again. So with that being said, everybody have a good rest of your evening. Take care.
Bye.